Okay, well, maybe I'm just a dull, boring reader, because man, every time I have 18, I have these technical issues. I have no idea why. I read it everything today. Yeah, look, a lot of what I do is probably somewhat academic, somewhat over the heads of many in the sense of I go through the Sharia at speed, but also I don't do the standard Quran Hadith merry-go-round, right? But we try to sort of understand the word of or the mind of this man, Malik Nadal Hassan. So he is actually, those who disbelieve in our signs and verses, we shall burn them. So hell is for him a very, very real thing. Okay? So there's punishment. He wants to avoid punishment. Maybe it's YouTube's algorithm. That is also possible. So jihad, rule of abrogation. So in Mecca, Muslims were not permitted to defend themselves. Their job was to deliver the message, peaceful verses. Then in emigration to Medina, self-defense was allowed. Then offensive fighting was allowed. Offense, he admits here, right? This man was hanging out with some serious, serious Muslim scholars, including, if I recall, Anwar al-Awlaki from Al-Qaeda. And it says here, offensive fighting was allowed. And then later verses abrogated former peaceful verses that no longer apply. So obviously he knows what abrogation is, and he's actually correctly interpreting exactly what it says here. Actually, you know what, Dodzo, I was thinking exactly the same. In Xanadu did Kubla Khan decree a mighty pleasure dome. Yeah, in Xanadu did Kubla Khan a mighty pleasure dome decree, whereof the sacred river ran through caverns measureless to man down to a sunless sea. And I know it sounds very similar to that. There seems to be, it did at one point, Islamic empire spanned from Morocco, Spain, to the border of India, China. Here's a question. If Christians were responsible for the Crusades in 1495, or 1295, sorry, what were the Muslims doing attacking France in 732? And in Spain prior to that, and moving all the way across North Africa into Spain, into France? What were the Muslims doing in Spain in 732? That they had to be kicked out. They got into Spain prior to that. They were kicked out in 732. The Battle of Tours, right? This is what, 60 k's from Paris? Thank you. So appreciate that, Dodzo. Yeah. So understand he speaks about this. Now I want to go to a different. This is the Hidayah. This is, as you guys know, if you've watched me before, 4 volumes, 2,652 pages plus. And it says, the injunction of war is sufficiently observed when it is carried on by any one party or tribe, then it is no longer of any force with respect to the rest. As long as a small minority of Muslims are going around killing people in jihad, the rest don't have to do it. The sin is lifted from them. And it says here, Allah said in the Quran, slay the infidels. And the saying of the Prophet, war is permanently established until the day of judgment. What is interesting is that this exact copy that we're looking at here of the Hidayah is still in use in Pakistani legal system today. The High Court uses this. The courts in Pakistan use this today. Bangladesh, India, they still use this. So this book is relevant today. It's one of the major manuals used in the Pakistani court system. So this, it says here, meaning the ordinance respecting war. So war is permanently established until the day of judgment. And war is enjoined. The word means commanded or decreed, right? It's instructed. So war is permanently established until the day of judgment. He doesn't say here war on the self to improve yourself. It says war, meaning the ordinance respecting war, the legal decree. It's commanded for the sole purpose of advancing the true faith. War is instructed by Allah for the purpose of establishing Islam. Again, this is entirely in keeping with everything that this man is saying and everything that the other Sharia manuals that I've mentioned says. And it says here, jihad fard, or ordained war, to be waged against infidels, termed the holy war. It's in the Sharia manual. I'll just go down a little bit here.